Alrighty then, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to some more Apprentice League racing here in the 4th tier of UR2D Racing. We have got 11 drivers on the grid, including one new one in the name of, oh Jesus Christ, Sigla, I think is their name, Sigla. I feel like I'm saying a slur when I say that. Anyway, we've got a 3-minute qualifying session, all ghosted as per usual. I think maybe Sigluton is a little bit confused about the format of this, but they seem to have the hang of it now. We've got a big pack of cars here being led all the way at the top by Kalika, definitely the favourite for the win and championship here in Apprentice League Season 19. I'm also joined by Apprentice League co-commentary legend Mr. Toaster and JL and CL commentator Mr. Phantomy.
Hello.
I'm back.
We are so back as Kalika tops the times with a 33.65 predictions. Toast and Tommy for TT, time trial, haha. Fucking hell. Predictions for today then.
It seems like Kalika has improved since I last saw him, going toe-to-toe with Justin for the first round, and then he sailed to victory in the second round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ball's in his court, I guess, but Di Martino just takes provisional pole position now by only 200. So it's still quite close to the top, so hopefully we can get a good race out of it, but we will have to wait and see, I guess.
We will, and Mr. Tommy.
Well, I'll put my call on Di Martino since obviously the French bias. But yeah, obviously, like we see it with the times, it's going to be a battle between Kalika and Di Martino. And yeah, we only have 1 minute left, so around 2 laps. And yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And I will say, do not rule out the man, the myth, the Canadian, Mr. Crank. My man has been practicing all week. This guy barely does a couple laps of practice. He's learning the track in qualifying and he'll still bag a top 5 in Apprentice League. He has been practicing, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming after a podium and maybe even another win. We will watch him then through the final lap. It's actually looked pretty decent. Oh, let me get the sector times up. We've got sector times now. Do we? Well, I can't see them.
Only... Is this a race?
There we go! Mr. Crank Purple in the second sector. He sets the time with a .7, which is going to be P3 for now. However, we can't see the fastest lap, so we're going to have to scrap that for now. It is very cool though to have sector times here in the leagues. This will be the final laps here in qualifying. Will Di Martino hang on to his lead, or will Kalika be able to improve? Kalika goes to .55. Crunk across the line. It's going to be a .7. So no improvements from him. Will Di Martino be able to improve to remain on pole? He will not. So it's going to be the Ukrainian Kalika on pole position, followed by Di Martino and Mr. Crunk. Well, then, that is the wrong grid. Well then, take 2 and we're on the grid. The sun is in the sky and we look to the lights to get Apprentice League Race 3 underway. It is no more delay. We are on our way. Crank is the only soft starter. Rests up for the medium and hard compounds of tyres as Kalika leads the way into turn 1. Goes wide. Di Martino sends it up the inside. Crank is going to back out of that little fight just for now. Di Martino and Kalika still too wide through the S's. Kalika pushed into the wall. Di Martino leads Kalika all the way down into P7. That is a terrible start from the Ukrainian. Pushed wide by Di Martino as Jara goes off the track. And the top 3 have got a big gap. But Mr. Crunk leads the race, ladies and gentlemen. But Juan and Di Martino, not to be messed with, very, very close behind Crunk. Obviously with a bit of a trailer. Juan might not know that. He's in the VC, so Juan, be careful. Crunk obviously on the soft compounded tyres, so it might actually benefit them just to slip him from now. But Di Martino making moves on Juan, looks down the inside of Crunk in a corner where he just cannot make a move. Crunk keeps the position just for now. Juan and Di Martino still follow suit. Kalika's made the way up into P4. Matthew goes up into P5. Great start from the Frenchman. Then Jora and Mystic find themselves way back down at the back. Di Martino off the grass gives the position back to Kalika. Good sportsmanship from the Frenchman. Kalika has lost time to the top 2. Juan down the inside of Crunk on the soft tyres. Maybe a soft start wasn't actually the move for Crunk. It's going to have to go on a very long hard stint at the end, actually, as he gets pushed onto the grass twice by Juan53, definitely not known about the trailers. Di Martino on the final spot of the podium, and as it's definitely had a very good start as well, has the debut as well up in P7. What a start to the race, guys.
Very dirty to start off with, to be fair. Yeah, second row has now become the first row, I guess. The first two drivers. Kalitka got shovel wide there a bit. Who will not be happy with that, but he's still in the fight. He gets ahead of Di Martino now, who is playing the long game, it seems, on them hard tyres.
Oh, there's a 3 wide behind him. Is Jora
Oh
Alex
my,
all the way in the gravel?
Crikey.
Holy Jesus,
is-
re-entry.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race. The amount of trailer misjudgments I've seen and shoveling just off the track is insane.
Crank has fallen down to P4, by the way. He's been overtaken by the 2 favorites. And for now, Di Martino seems to be slipstreaming Kalitka on softer compound.
Alex seemed to just disconnect from his brain there and head off track by himself. Then it's Sigla and Jara going 2 wides. Jara giving a good how do you do to Sigla for the leagues, but up at the top we've got a 4-way fight for the lead of the race as Kalitka gets through on Juan. It would look like Juan tries to make a move that just was never there and gets pushed onto the grass, or hits the grass, sorry. Crank is still just there in P4, definitely a soft start, not to play here in Apprentice League. Di Martino says my time is now to pass you on the medium tyres. Mr. Kalitka gets the move done very nicely. These two are having a beautiful fight. Never bloody minds as Juan tries to send a move that Daniel Ricciardo would have been proud of if he made it work, which he did not. So it's currently France, Ukraine, Mexico on the podium here for now. Crank just a little bit further behind on those wearing soft tyres. He'll get the undercut as Juan sends a move. Kalitka off the track massively, and Di Martino has been gifted some free air, and I believe Juan is just about in the slipstream then as Crank comes in for a very early pit stop onto hards. Wait, mediums. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, GG's Crank. 2 wide between. 2 wide mentions. Go watch it on the Ben_HQ channel. 2 wide between Juan and Di Martino here as we come into the hardest corner of the calendar. It would seem the kink into the hairpin has thrown just about every driver from the bottom of Apprentice League to the top of Ultimate League off in training for this round. Di Martino is switching positions once again with the Mexican driver, gets the move around the outside, has to go around the long way, got the move done and keeps the position into double hairpin. However, big error from Di Martino. Kalitka is here as it makes a huge mistake. Through goes Matthew up into P for Di Martino, slingshot it into the grass. Kalitka. Oh, this pack has been insane.
3 cars all together. I thought Di Martino made a bit of an error, but he's gone for the switchback at that chicane. Going on to start finish straight here, goes to the inside. Can he pull it off finally? They're both on the hard tyre. Kalitka slightly disadvantaged now on the medium tyre. Into the chicane, the very tight chicane to be fair. One of the tightest chicanes I've seen on the calendar in a while. But Di Martino leads now from his P2 position, starting grid. Juan has done pretty well for himself, although he's made some Daniel Ricciardo lunges, but slightly less execution than before. But it seems to be a good battle that we've, in my time at AL commentary, we have not had some of the greatest races of all time, but this should be pretty good. Hopefully. We've got 10 laps to go, so I'm praying it's going to be good for the rest.
We can pray as Di Martino makes a mistake. Yeah, not ideal from the Frenchman. Juan gets P1 for now, but it went very slowly through the final corner. They're going a lot longer than Kalitka here. Maybe a couple. I believe Fanami was saying as a lag rocket ensues. Di Martino shot off the track. Juan not giving back the slipstream. Not the most sportsman-like conduct. However, it's a lag rocket. It's no one's fault technically. Mick gives a slip back there. Which we do like to see. We want to see racing. We've got a big pack 3 here between Crunk, Mathigo and the newly suited him, but it's Kalitka on the new medium tyres going another 10 stint. Really did struggle at the end of that stint as Juan pushes Di Martino off again. Will either driver try to stay out, go a bit longer? No, they're both coming into pits now for the medium tyres. Where will they fare to Kalitka? Now getting past Matthew with the undercut. He's going to come out just ahead of the fighting two. So if they two keep fighting as they were before, Kalitka can just put the stamp on the win here. Krunk leads from Kalitka, however, will have to pit again, maybe hoping for a red flag or something, I guess. Oh dear. Yeah, it's in the wise words of that one guy that was on Sideman Inside, it's not looking good, Brev. Matthew doing a grand old job, maybe looking to go for another zero stopper.
Off the track.
Oh, where?
Right behind, he was pushed by Di Martino, I think. There's just quite not enough space, and now he's just a whole 1.5 seconds behind.
Yeah,
And
very.
we get Matt again in the pits.
Indeed, onto a soft compounded tyres. We'll see what positions he can make up. Krunk, I think, is now realising the veracity of his mistake on strategy. Shouldn't have started on soft, shouldn't have pit onto mediums. However, we're here now. We'll see what he can do from P2. He'll probably pit into P4, which is still not a result to be laughed at, but Juan has lost a lot of ground to Di Martino, which is not what Kalitka wants to see. He wants to see Di Martino and Juan fighting it out like they were for the last few laps. Krunk is going long. He's maybe going to try and do medium 13, which, I mean, no one's going to enjoy that. Axis and Sigla having a little fight here. Sigla having a decent debut ahead of two. Ahead of Jora and Alex, both two somewhat seasoned drivers now in the lower leagues of UR2D racing, as Di Martino makes a mistake, which is exactly what Kalitka wants to see. Kalitka, very, very, very screwed on driver, very, very competent, very casual in their racing, doesn't make many mistakes, very clean on the fighting front. Krunk into the pits now to have a 6th stint on softs. He's maybe left a little bit late to get any sort of I think he would have pit into P4 if he pit maybe a couple laps ago. He now comes out ahead of Matthew just about. He's going to try have to pass Azit in the next 5 laps to keep at least a P4 position. However, Juan has been making a few mistakes here. Up at the top, it is Di Martino trying to rein in the Ukrainian Kalitka. 2 seconds is the gap. 5 laps to go. It's very possible. It's very possible.
Krunk with one of the strategies of all time there. I'm not sure that is the best possible use of tyres, but we'll see how he gets there. Matthew, who went long for his first stint, isn't actually that far away from Krunk. Obviously, Krunk's covered him, but we'll see how high Krunk can get at the end. It seems like P4 might just be it, unless Juan makes an absolute shambles of it. But yeah, it's all a bit spread out at the moment, which isn't particularly great for our entertainment. But keep watching, guys. We've got a little battle here.
He is. Krunk is catching Azit. We've also got a fight between Debutant, the newest driver and the most experienced driver on the grid. Very nice to see stuff like that happening as Krunk has fully closed the gap to Azit. We will keep an eye on that. But Sigla still leading from Axis. I believe, was it 50 or 100 AL caps that Axis got recently? I think it was 50. Sigla on 1. So we'll see who can get the P8 in the end. Axis is going to go round the outside into turn 1. Krunk is there, ladies and gentlemen. Krunk is on the tail end of Azit. Gets pushed into the grass. As is your typical AL move. But up at the top, Di Martino really hasn't taken that much of a gap out of Kalitka. Krunk into the grass once again. Sigla and Axis again, too wide mention. Go watch it on the Ben_HQ channel. Both hitting the grass out of that top hairpin section. Krunk looks to the inside of Azit. Is already ahead on his screen. Will Azit know that? Probably not. Gets the move done anyway. It does not matter. Krunk up into P4. Azit hitting the grass. I think Juan is just about out of sight here. Di Martino is losing any sort of hope to regain the lead from Kalitka on the medium compound of Tyre, as Sigla and Axis seem to have broken off here. We'll watch it as we start the final lap of the race. Mystic is catching Mathigo, and Azza is still in shooting distance of Crunk. Di Martino, holy voice crack. There's always got to be one as we head into the final lap. Double hairpin. It's coming down. Maybe a couple more laps and Di Martino will have passed Kalitka, but for now, it does look like Kalitka is going to make it another win here in Apprentice League through the hardest corner of the entire calendar. Di Martino is catching, but it's not going to be enough as we come through the final corner. It was so close in the end, but it's going to be Kalitka standing on top once more with Di Martino in P2. That is one of the closest gaps I've seen in a long time in Apprentice League. It's going to be fun. Just about sticking the podium. Crunk in the end with maybe the worst strategy in recent AL history in P4 in the end, as at P5. It's going to be Mystic in P6. Mathio P7 in the end, actually lost the place to Mystic. Sigla is going to come home in P8, beating out 50 capped Axis in P9. Then it's going to be Jara and Alex with a race to the line in the end with Jara P10 and Alex in P11.